All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get counted down for game number 1 of Division 1A action between Cryticalapis and Sodium Overdose. Will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left, rolling out of the United States with a PB of 2,868,000. Welcome in, Cryticalapis. And on the right, representing the Isle of Man, rolling with a PB of 2,132,000. Welcome in, Sodium. I think Sodium is alone today. No young children to coach him. Man, it's a tight game here, but I think that's only because there just hasn't been that many long bars. There's a long bar and a Tetris. Sodium now looking for a J would be preferable, and you will get the J. But then an S that goes absolutely nowhere shows up behind it, although I'm just gonna burn that away with the bar. And yeah, very neck and neck to start this one off. Tetris for Lapis. Half a singles, all that separates the players. If you're wondering how you get half a single worth of score without pushing down, a double is basically worth 2.5 singles. So that's how that comes about. Tetris for Sodium. He's got the lead at the moment by just about a Tetris. And I'll tell you what, at least in the first half of this game, these two are not disappointing in terms of their pace. It was 328 for Lapis, 327 for Sodium at the half. Not only are those baller scores, they're very close. Sodium last season, the only player in the playoffs. In fact, the only player in Division 1 that has 600,000 average transition. Lapis was trying to set up something there, but it did not work out. Gonna have to clean that up now, and that's gonna allow Sodium to take a bit of a larger lead. Don't think it'll hurt too much. He is already out of the situation. It's an 80,000 point pace lead for Sodium at the moment. We're just about at the 100 line turn. Sodium hits it at 514. Cryticalapis waiting on the long bar. Will hit it at 434. Oh, those bars to the left. You can see Stack Rabbit saying, yes. hole forming here for Sodium, but he's going to have 600,000 before resolving that. Just going to take it from above. I'll give him 2 more Tetrises to work with. 650 is on the table. Hold on. Sodium will get a dirty Tetris there, but turns out it might have been better to just clean it up and go right, as he only gets 1 Tetris, 636 into 19. It was a gamble. Sometimes they pay off, sometimes they don't. Cryticalapis getting into a drought, but we'll get the bar over. Gets the Tetris. 597 into transition for him, so he's not that far back. Only about 40,000 at the transition, but he's way back in lines at the moment. It's going to bang down another Tetris there. Sodium with the Tetris as well. And so far, these two treating 19 like it's 18. Tetris for Sodium. Cryticalapis will strike back, but he's back by 4 Tetrises. The lead's not as big as it looks. Especially with that misdrop there for Sodium, who's waiting for a Vitz. And now has a lot more to clean up. And cannot find the right pieces to get out of this cleanly. Oh, man. Okay. Now gets access to that column 3 and has the Vitz open again. Probably going to shut it down right here, though, and indeed he does. Let's see what he tries to do here. Wow. This drought for Sodium right now. Not doing him any favors. Needs a bar. We'll get the bar. And this has allowed Lapis to catch all the way back up. Cryticalapis, in fact, is in the lead, 882 to 877. I'd say nice Vitz, but I'm not sure that's correct. We'll score a Tetris, though. Gets that bar over the S as well. He's got the real-time lead back, but he is ahead by 18 lines. So real-time lead back over to Cryticalapis for the moment. Another drought coming in. Tetris for Sodium, 985. We'll max out on 28. 1 Tetris to go before transition. Gets set up nicely there. Oh, good adjustment on the Z, and bang, Tetris, 1,056,000 into level 29. Ooh, did not get the tuck of the J, though. And needs a bar. We'll get a double with it, but I don't know how much more he can get here. He's going to be done at 1,061,000. Cryticalapis, you're in a chase down. You need a 62. And this could be done before 19, and indeed it, or 29, and indeed it will be. Cryticalapis takes a 1-0 lead. Really some nice grit there from Cryticalapis getting that done after falling behind. Start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. These two have only played one other time. It happened in CTM Masters back at the beginning of the year, February of 2025. Cryticalapis swept that 3-0. And Cryticalapis has been among the fastest rising players in the scene over the course of the past year. Simul Tetris for both players. He's going to get a shot at Division 1. Ooh, bit of a misdrop on the L, but that gets cleaned up quickly. And just plays it safe, doesn't go for the dirty. Sodium, meanwhile, 139, 122 for Cryticalapis. There's a Tetris for both players there. Was that faster? It doesn't say in the match database, so I don't remember timelines. But I mean, hey, it's a main event all the same. $253 for Sodium, $239 for Cryticalapis. Sodium first across 300K this game, but Lapis does it a few moments later. Interesting setup here. Let's see if he can get the appropriate spin. He gets one. But that right side, okay, he's gonna get the, oh, this is spin tuck. Okay, 2 out of 3 spins ain't bad. But now things get a little dicey. No bar in sight. And things are getting a little hairy. No, oh, that burn was... Wow. Just wow. That's what the burn was. So you get that Tetris. Sodium is in the lead, but is... burning a little bit here. Now he's set up. He's got about a 2 Tetris space lead, and we'll realize it here with that Tetris. That L looks pretty out of place over on the left side for Lapis. He's getting this taken care of. Tetris for Sodium. And so far, this seems to be going pretty much the same way Game 1 has on 18, where they started off fairly even, but Sodium ends up taking a lead. Sodium with another Tetris. 516 still has 25 lines to go. Another Tetris for Sodium. Lapis will score one there and gets that T tucked in nicely. Of course, level 19 coming up pretty soon here. Tetris for Sodium. One Tetris remaining for Cryticalapis. Sodium could have 3 if he doesn't burn. There's one. There's 2. Sodium, Cryticalapis is in at 551. And I'm not quite sure where this lead came from Sodium, but it is going to be pretty substantial heading into 19, no matter if he gets this last Tetris or not. Ooh, misses that S. He'll go in at 677. What a transition for Sodium. And we'll score another Tetris. Sodium bar dependency there. Interesting setup here. It's gonna work out. Good play there from Sodium. That has allowed Cryticalapis to catch up a little bit here. He's got the real-time lead, but once again finds himself well ahead in lines, 167 to 155 in that department. But Sodium is back to a clean board, and now it's Cryticalapis' turn to dig a little. Good adjustment there for the S piece. And Cryticalapis has the right side open. Needs a bar. There it is. Bang Tetris. 855 Sodium. 862 for Cryticalapis as they simul Tetris there. And Sodium does still have a pace advantage. I think it's about 2.5 Tetrises. We are on level 25, and Cryticalapis could use a J, but it's not going to get it. It gets that cleaned up quickly. Now has a dirty one set up, and we'll get the dirty Tetris in column 8. Given the way this game's going, I think that aggression was necessary. It's another Tetris. 999. Max out for both players. Real-time lead is neck and neck, but Sodium has the pace advantage on the account that he's got 8 more lines to work with. He'll get a Tetris with 4 of them. Sodium will answer back. Level 29 is coming up. There's a Tetris for Cryticalapis, B43. Sodium's transition will be better. The question is how much. Ooh, decides not to go for the horizontal tuck there. He's just going to go in at 1,204,000 and just try to play cleanly for the start of 29. But Cryticalapis has taken a Tetris into the lead. Cryticalapis setting up again. But needs a bar. Does get the bar. Not able to get clean very quickly, though. But Sodium hasn't scored either. And oh, Cryticalapis is done at 1,255,000. Right as Sodium sets up for the Tetris. He takes a triple. He just needs a couple more lines. And that'll do it. Sodium ties it up at 1. Sodium playing this out. I like that inverted L. Ready for a Tetris, but there's a drought counter. Finally gets the bar. There's a Tetris. C, or that's C? No, that's a D. There's a D on the screen. D meaning 1,300,000. That's about to go by the wayside if he gets another Tetris here. There it is. Tetris 1.4. Where's another Tetris? He can still roll this over. There's one Tetris. There's another Tetris. I think like a triple will do it. But he's not going to be satisfied with a triple. He is going all in with the rollover. Sodium Overdose. 1,642,000. Pet, get them counted down for game number 3. We are tied at 1. Who's going to take the advantage? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Board's getting pretty high to start this game as we have an early drought. Players taking the appropriate burns here, and it's going to be Cryticalapis that scores first. Sodium is caught with his well closed. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like between his playoff run last season and what I'm seeing so far this season, I feel like Sodium has become a threat. Like a legit threat to potentially take out top players. We'll have to see how this season goes, but last season he was quite impressive. Left well attempt here for Sodium. It will be 4 off the ground, and he will get the dirty Tetris. And we'll just opt to return this board to a right well state at some point. If the game allows him, he's going to say, no. You gave me these garbage pieces, I'm going to go for center well. And there's another dirty Tetris for Sodium. This time the game's like, all right. Gives him the pieces he needs. 239 for Cryticalapis, 202 for Sodium Overdose. Sodium with another Tetris. Good tuck there for Lapis. We'll bang down another one. $332 for Cryticalapis, $294 for Sodium. Sodium having to do a little digging here, but burns it down very nicely. It's going to be a Tetris for both players. Piece for piece here. So far this game, it's been Cryticalapis that's been slightly more efficient as he goes for bits. Takes the double and then nice fits. We're past the 100-line turn. It's a 59,000-point lead for Cryticalapis. Sodium with another Tetris there. Lapis answering back. He'll hit 500,000. Tetris for Lapis. Sodium, bit of a spiky board at the moment. That square not really having a good home, but with a drought being high up on the board, burning is not a bad option, unfortunately. It covers well, but another bar shows up right after. That does mean Cryticalapis is going to get 2 here, and he's on the verge of a 600k transition, as we are 1 Tetris away from level 19. There's a bar for Sodium. He's in at 520. There it is for Cryticalapis. He's in at 601. So here we go. Cryticalapis going into 19 with the first lead this match. Pinescutely confirming first rollover in CTL for Sodium. Lapis getting cleaned up, gets the right side open, just needs a bar. There it is. Tetris, he'll hit 700 into level 22. Another Tetris for Cryticalapis. He's flying away on a 747. 652 for Sodium. So nearly 100,000 point lead, and now it will be 100,000 point lead, 119 to be exact. It's Cryticalapis having himself a game here. Tuck spin situation for Sodium. Gonna get the tuck. Is now thinking about going for a dirty one here, but it's not able to get set up properly. It's just burning it down now. $846 for Cryticalapis, $735 for Sodium. Josh over on YouTube saying the Sodium rollover is kind of crazy. Yeah, it is. Rollovers in general are kind of crazy. Simul Tetris there, 981 for Cryticalapis, 822 for Sodium's. Letting this game get away from him. Maybe hoping to have another big game in post. A max out on the board for Lapis. 929 is going to be the transition score for Sodium Overdose. So we have entered level 29 on his side. Cryticalapis still has 1 Tetris to go. We'll see if he goes for it. It looks like he is. And just gives a double and will Tetris in. 1,095,000 was the transition score before the Tetris. Now he has the 1.1. Bit of an awkward board for Cryticalapis. It is diggable. Needs a 5-tap. Needs the barf to get the 5-tap. And he's not going to get it. He's done at 1,139,000. Sodium, you have a chase down. You need B40. Sodium trying to get out of his situation here and get this board back to the bottom, back to safety. Still has about 100,000 points to go. Now is setting up for the Tetris. Needs the bar. And there it is. Bang Tetris. 1,111,000. Level 36, but level really doesn't matter at this point. Speed's not going to change. We're not going to hit 39 before this is resolved. In fact, he's only got a couple lines left. We'll take the triple to get the win. Sodium is good. Well, it's not as crushing a score as the previous game. Why didn't he go for the Tetris? And his first win over Cryticalapis. Can he do it? Find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right. Sodium with a pretty strong set so far. But Cryticalapis has certainly made him work for it. And Cryticalapis having a bit of a suffer start to this one. Well, finally gets some nice pieces there. Still going to leave a hole in the stack, but he's going to get that L over to open it up. Bar will fill it in. And he's fine. 159 for Sodium, 80,000 for Cryticalapis. Sodium starting this one off with a pretty decent lead. When is Jonas Cup? Jonas Cup is this weekend. This coming weekend. It's going to be over on the Classic Tetris channel. Um, 11 in a row for Sodium, I'm just realizing. So not only is Cryticalapis having a bit of a suffer start, he's contending against perfection at the moment. Another Tetris for Sodium. Bit of a hang there, but that's fixable. He decides that perfection isn't necessary. I don't need it. We'll take his first burns after 14 straight Tetrises to start game number 4. And through all that, it's only a 50,000 point lead, so Cryticalapis trying to keep up here. He is a bit ahead in lines, but since getting things cleaned up, he has been keeping the pressure on, making sure that this doesn't get too far out of hand. This is quite the game so far for Sodium. 487. Cryticalapis hits the 100-line turn at 418. Gets a bar down for the Tetris. Oh, 562 has 5 Tetrises and 3 burns remaining. $607 for Sodium. Gets a timely L piece there. Bit of a gulf in columns 4 and 5, but gets it filled in quickly. Meanwhile, Cryticalapis up the top of the board. We'll get a bar down for the Tetris, though. He's going to settle this board down before 19. He'll go in at 562. And Sodium will go in at 658. Sodium has become the Division 1 pacer. We got a couple of bad misdrops there for Cryticalapis, and he's going to be done at 571. Sodium is going to take it in 4. But play this out. Oh, a couple of unfortunate hangs there. If you've played this game for any length of time, you know those hurt. But GG's to Cryticalapis. Yeah, I hear ya. But to be fair, Sodium is playing very strong today. Just some pristine 18 play. The Division 1 veteran. Board's getting a little out of hand here, but gonna go for the dirty. 5 rows off the ground on level 23. There it is. Bang Tetris. Looking to set up left well here, and there's another bar. There's another Tetris. I 100% agree, Kingsman. This version of Sodium is just as scary as some of our top players. It's going to be a 26 max, it looks like. Nice tucks there. And just eats a bar. He's not getting the bar. Okay, so it's not a 26 max. Check. It's a 27 max. Lottie LeBlanc saying time for another rollover? Question mark? We'll see. All I know is I am ready to devour some chicken after this game. I am hungry. I am ready for dinner. Tetris for Sodium, 1,150,000 into transition. Well, Chen, I will soon join you in the chicken enjoyment department. Ooh. 1,245,000 will have to do. But that will be it. Sodium. Starting season off strong with a 3-1. Gonna pick up 6 points. GG's. This is the division. Division 1A. Let's get this started. Pixelandy, red shirt. We'll count them down. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left, roller out of the United States with an NTSC PB of 11,966,000, and he is your reigning and defending CTL champion. Welcome in, Pixelandy. And on the right, making his return to CTL. Also rolling out of the United States with a PB of 1,924,000. Welcome in, red shirts. I think not only is Pixelandy a 4-time champion, I think he's won... Like, he won before Season 10. He won a second time before Season 20. And a third time before Season 30. And then just decided to get the 30s out of the way quickly. That's an early top for redshirt. 2, 1, Tetris. These two are not frequent opponents. They've only ever played twice. First time was all the way back in September 7th of the COVID year, 2020. Pixelandy taking out redshirt 3-1 in CT Brawl. And then the first year out of the COVID years, they met on the main stage at CTWC. Pixelandy picking up the sweep 3-0. So far, not looking all that different. As another drought comes in at this time, bar shows up, redshirt's fine. Again, a reminder, the top 4 players at the end of the season will be getting part of that prize pool. We will be running it all season long. And you can contribute to it as well with the Matcherino command. I'll give you a link to the website where you can contribute to the prize pool. 100% of what's in the pool will go to the players. You can also drop in a quarter for free with one of the remaining coupon codes. We have 35 still waiting to be claimed. So if you have not done that yet for Season 31, no time like the present. We're tied, 128,820 points each. But with the state of the boards, Andy's going to very quickly turn that into a lead. That is just a sad-looking board for redshirt. But gets it set up, so that's a dirty Tetris well, and we'll score a dirty Tetris. Hangs down another dirty Tetris there. Going to keep with this 3 rows off the bottom. Tetris again, and now going to try for a column 7. It's set up. Going to take the burns. And we'll get that Tetris with the clean well transfer over to the right. 269 for Andy, 254 for redshirt. Andy dealing with a couple of holes in the stack at the moment. Looking to possibly turn this into a center well, but that board does not look great. That is enough for center well. He just needs a par now. Oh, dear God. All right, he gets the center well, but now he's got some work to do. That tee will help. He should be fine. And that board will eventually clear up. There we go, finally. Andy has the right side open, but he finds himself back by about 39,000 points. There's a Tetris. And a Tetris for red shirt. This has not been all that great of a 18. As we get another drought here. 21 pieces for Andy. Of course, Redshirt got that a while ago. As far ahead as he is in the piece sequence right now. Andy probably going to end up having to go left well here. We're approaching level 19. $500,000 on the cards for Redshirt. In fact, he's got it now, 514, with one potential Tetris remaining. And he'll go in at 538. Bit of a complication right into 19 for Redshirt. Need something right here. Longbar will have to do. And look at these squares. Enough of the squares. That was an absolute explosion of the round boys. Andy also not having the best of times with this transition. Still an 80,000 point lead for Redshirt. Redshirt finally getting some good pieces. He's going to get this cleaned up. Andy also has things cleaned up. Tetris for Redshirt. And we'll burn away a final double to get things ready to go. Tetris for Andy, 606 for Redshirt, 521 for Andy, but Andy is back by 12 lines. Another Tetris for Redshirt. Felt like there was an undershift of that J there for Redshirt, but did get another one over it, so no harm, no foul. Tetris for Redshirt. Andy got a bit of a situation developing, but the latest development is column 7, Bang Tetris.